Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tackle Productions. Today I bank up once again by Jimmy and Jake.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, y'all?
And today's matchup is Jimmy versus one of our newer guys. We talked about him earlier this week, Zach. Jimmy is playing the yellow Whis variant with some newer cards, and Zach's brought us SS4 Bardock. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah. So you, if you watch the video earlier in the week of Whis, you kind of understand what this deck does. It just puts out skilluses for free, pretty much. Can be very aggressive, can also be very controlling. It's yellow. It has access to some of the best cards in the game. So it's just a good deck overall. It's evergreen. You just turn good cardboard sideways at your opponent. This game I actually get to play skilluses in, unlike my game earlier in the week against Android 16, where I bricked on skilluses in my skillus deck, which was very, very unfortunate. But this game I actually get to board a couple skilluses, and they do something, which is pretty wild.
And for those who are familiar with SS4 Bardock, it's just one of those decks that can easily play battle cards and amass a board if you're not careful enough against your opponent.
The best starter deck in the game. Just buy 2 anniversary boxes and you're set.
You can buy 2 anniversary boxes and the 4 of the 8 drops, and you're good to go.
Yeah, easy peasy.
You might need a couple things here and there, but yeah.
No, why would you need that?
I don't know, like negates or something.
Nah.
All right.
Straight up into the thwarting.
Oh yeah, you don't need negates.
Yeah, this felt bad. Staring down a thwarting so early, it made it so. Usually, I like to combo out of the leader swings, but if I boarded a skillless with my leader ability, it was just going to get, decimated by this Gogeta. So, what's that?
I was saying you can't recover it if he warps it.
No, once it goes to the warp, I can't do anything with it. So in my mind, I was okay. He's going to swing with Gogeta. I will just take this damage because even if I combo or do my combo setup that I want to do, it's not going to really help me because I'm still taking 2 life. And I will just combo out of the Unison attack, which he just decides not to do anything with the Unison, which did slow me down because I would, if I decided to combo on the Gogeta strike, I would have been able to board 2 skilluses going into this turn.
Do you have an alternate awaken condition in Whis, or is it just the 4 life?
It's right there.
Yeah, I just woken.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, the Unison?
Yeah, the 2-drop Unison, when you board any 2-drop Unison, you can activate your Awaken by taking yourself down to 6 and then Hybrid. So this was kind of a blessing in disguise because it allowed me to tap the Unison to pull out a Poutine, and then he just goes, nah, you don't get to play Poutine.
Just kill it.
Which I was really kind of banking on that Poutine just staying on the board like it does in 90% of other matches. And, especially in a match where there's so many battle cards being played by skill that, Poutine basically just negates one card a turn against SS4 Bardock.
We talked about it in Nick's match where I was thrown off by that card. I'm like, what card is that again? Because no one really plays it.
Oh, yeah.
It's excellent barrier removal, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you can play it for free if you have a Unison in play, right?
I just completely forgot the card existed. I think I played it once, and then it just left my mind because it hasn't been relevant at all. So here I decided, I'm not going to risk him not swinging with the Unison again, so I'm just going to, I'll combo out. I still get advantage for comboing, so it doesn't feel too bad having to, because I'm technically only losing 1 card out of my hand, which is the Super Namekian. because I get rebate on the Whis, and then of course the skill is coming out for my leader. And he smartly started trying to deal with the unison a little bit, which was very solid play, because if you let this Bardock get out of hand, she generates so much advantage for Whis.
And she can rest a card and play a skillless from the drop, right?
Combo.
Yeah, she can, when your opponent attacks, she can combo with a skillless from the drop. And then the -4 is she plays 2 skilllesses from the deck or drop.
And what's great about that unison, I think Jimmy's kind of praised it before, if you swing at the unison, he can activate the auto, because it's when your opponent attacks, if I call it correctly. So if you're swinging like, oh, it's a 15k unison, cool to swing with 15k battle card, he can't combo. Oh, I now have to actually use resource from my hand to remove a marker now.
Which might just completely put your opponent off of it, and they might just think it's gross. Like, I don't want to have to combo here.
All right, are you gonna whiff?
I believe this is one of the few times I actually get something. Yeah, I got if I remember correctly, it's a Goku skillless. If you are not familiar, this one-drop Whis doesn't search anything. That's what the card actually says. It says, look at the top 5 cards and just shuffle your deck, because you're never going to see a goddamn skillless in your top 5.
Maybe you play another skillless.
Yeah, maybe. I do believe we missed the auto on the Bardock going into the energy, which then again, I wasn't paying attention myself, and I don't know how long Zach has been playing the game, or if he was even aware of that. I think we caught it later in the game that it was like, hey, we missed that auto.
It negs a battle card by 10, right?
Yes.
The red one.
Yeah, so it would have been able to wipe the Whis off the board, and then it would have forced me to choose my other 2 cards on thwarting. Because if I remember correctly, I hit the Vegeta and then the Goku, and the Goku has an auto that it plays its counterpart if it's removed by skill. So, still hurts, but I still keep a skillless on field, which is much better than certain other matchups.
But Yellow doing what Yellow does in Final Flashing's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. He still gets his restand at the end of the turn, and also the restand off a dual attack. It's triple attack, but the second one would not proc. So it's not as fantastic as just being able to keep it tapped down with something like Petrification or like a Time Magic, but it still felt pretty decent. If I remember correctly here, he just goes straight after the Unison, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that Broly is just so beefy right now.
Mm-hmm. But I still take advantage of getting the combo off of Vados.
And he swung your leader, which is just perfect with that lead at this point, because you have the 4 energy, maximizing its abilities. And it restands the energy, I think, at the end of turn, though.
Yeah, I think he has to choose to do that. There's like a variety of effects he can choose from, I think.
You get all of them.
You get all 4.
Wow.
If you have 4, I think it's 4 energy, you get all 4 effects.
Oh, yeah.
You get a draw, plus 5k, tap something, restand an energy, and remove a marker off of a Unison.
And that's 4 different color energies. So, like, if he would have charged, like, 3 green-black cards, he only gets then, like, 2 or 3, whatever's on the board.
Yeah, you would only get the one for one color.
Maybe that's what I've experienced, because that seems massive on just a leader swing. Seems like a ton of value.
Yeah, that's where most of the advantage of this deck comes from, is just having, a very strong leader. It's very weak in the early game and can get overrun if you don't play your cards right. But in the late game, he just becomes an absolute powerhouse.
Especially with that negate, because now you can only attack one more time, I think.
Yes, one more time with battle cards and Unison cards.
So, how do you plan on dealing with thwarting now that you've spent a final flash? Because you're not going to be able to KO it in rest mode, which is like pretty much the best way that yellow has to remove this guy. Are you looking for another final flash and try to kill it in combat? Are you looking to play around it? Like, what's your goal here?
To be completely honest with you, I did not have a plan. I was just really, really worried about having to deal with it. I probably should have just not final flashed it and just ate that damage from thwarting. That's probably what I should have done. But in the moment, I was like, I'm just too worried about what I can do on my turn that I did not feel comfortable taking that life down so quickly. Which sucks because while he's in rest, he cannot be KO'd, and pretty much every single card that KOs in this list is if the card is in rest mode.
And just for future reference, it wouldn't be in rest mode yet because technically your auto will go off before he actually declares blocker.
There's nothing tapping it down. He blocked with it.
I know, but your auto will resolve before he would actually activate his blocker or use the auto to put it into the rest state.
Well, yeah, but still, it doesn't matter. I couldn't target it in the first place. But pretty much like thwarting's just on the field now, and there's not much I can do about it. I can just hope to be able to keep it from getting all three swings, which is kind of difficult because of the timings on dual attack / triple attack. And in the future, I'm definitely going to be sideboarding Time Magic since every motherfucker at the shop wants to play thwarting all of a sudden.
I mean, your Whis already, it's on theme.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody got those shiny ones from Mythic Booster?
I think Aaron did this past weekend.
Who's that?
Not anymore. He doesn't.
Oh my god. Dumpster favors, Jake?
So, we'll figure something
out. Yeah, so like I'm just like kind of in a terrible spot. This is one of the few times where I'm thinking like, damn, like maybe I should spend money on Robotic Riposte. Because this list does not have any. It runs a lot of good yellow cards, but it doesn't run one of the best ones.
He'll just super Kamehameha it anyway. Don't waste your money.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll take that. I'll take that chance. But it made me realize that maybe if I want to play this deck more in the control mid-range area, maybe I need to buff up the negate line instead of just relying on my opponent not attacking me. Which is difficult. And I really wish now after drawing into the skill still, I really wish I kept that final flash in hand.
Yeah,
that's a way.
The only way. That's the only way you're going to get around thwarting is with final flash and skill steal. Or I guess he could block with it, and then you final flash whatever you're swinging with and force him to combo to save it, and then just kill it with whatever else is on the board. Nice choice with this Goku Black, though.
Yeah, this card is kind of nutty.
Yeah.
Like, I was not super high on it when I was looking at the card list from this previous set, but after getting my hands on it, and like, it's a really pretty card to begin with, and I just wanted to play it because it was so pretty. But after playing it, I'm thinking about kind of bumping it up on the list just because of how well it synergizes with what Whis wants to do.
It's just good disruption.
Yeah. And being able to tap just a non-leader card, just like that's the best kind of disruption because like most of the time you don't care about the leader swing. This matchup and like Soul Striker are the only ones where I'm like that really, really matters. Maybe SS4.
Yeah. You could always take it out in those matchups too.
Exactly. He didn't get to stick around for long, but he did his job. So I'm not too worried about that. And again, just in a bad spot. Like I have so much energy and not really anything to do with it. to be completely honest with you, losing that Poutine like so early before she gained any advantage, that hurt the most throughout this entire match. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was so jumpy on just not handling the thwarting without Final Flash, because I was just like, I'm in panic mode now because I have my biggest line of defense is gone.
Yeah, that would have really just kind of shut that card down for you.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to desperately board anything. And this was another problem. I don't have any Gokus left in the deck.
Oh, so
I should have just...
I see one of your warp and one of your energy, though.
Well, I think there's 2 in the warp, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly.
And you just play a 4/4, and I know you split the Vegetas between old and the newer one as well, right?
Yeah. So it's a 4/4 split between Goku and Vegeta targets, but one of the Vegeta targets is the new one from the Trunks Vegeta list, which is the barrier removal Vegeta, which is just so good.
A really solid card.
Yeah.
In counterplaying you off the Whis, so you don't even get to look. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this is what SS4 could do if you allow it to get to that point, you know? Like, just with that leader, with all its abilities on swing, it amassing the board very cheaply. And, I mean, it having a big boy doesn't help it either. I mean... But that's a good card. That's a good card.
Yeah, it's really good.
What the hell was that?
Yeah,
It's a 360.
I double tapped it. Easy. And right here, I was just fucking around because I couldn't do anything. it was just game over. I was like, I'm a cooler that it's over. And sometimes you brick and win, and sometimes you brick and lose. You know,
sometimes
all depends
you lose
on the day.
a poutine, and it unfortunately does affect a lot of the outcome.
Exactly.
I mean, good on Zach for being able to recognize that card was going to shut him down and just removed it as soon as he could.
Exactly.
I do know, and I think this is probably the highlight of the night, seeing Chris's face, because this was actually Chris's deck that Zach was piloting, and he's like, "You beat Jimmy," and like he just like lit up. So
he said, "My boy."
Well, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Keep on his buttons down below and on the screen, and I'll let one of these guys do the outro.
Nah, Jake's not doing it either. Just in the video. Thank you, Jake.
Read your cards and know your place fluff out.